Before we begin, close your eyes and visualize. Use your imagination and personal experiences. You don't need monkey brain visuals. You can do better. Now, back to the video. Ever get that nagging feeling you were built for something massive, but your days look like a photocopy on repeat? You wake up with sirens of ambition blaring in your skull. Write the book, launch the store, book the flight. Yet somehow you end the night, doom scrolling half-dressed, surrounded by cookie crumbs and instant noodle wrappers. If that sounds like a mirror, buckle up. This video isn't a pep talk, it's a jailbreak plan. Here's the messy truth. Most of us live in the twilight zone between big dreams and dead batteries. We're not lazy in the don't want anything sense. We're lazy in the brain running 97 Chrome tab sense. Paralysis by analysis. Motivation at 9 a.m. Existential dread by lunch. Mental white flag by dinner. Rinse repeat. Time for painful math. A year holds 365 days. 8 760 hours. Slice off 8 hours of sleep. 9 of work and commute. 3 of chores, 2 of social media, 1 of Netflix, and 1.5 that simply vanish. You're left with barely 2.5 hours of capacity. Rescue Time study puts the average useful window at 2 hours 48 minutes. And that's being generous. No wonder life feels like you're flooring the gas with the handbrake on. Now hit fast forward. You're 22, diploma still warm, working an entry-level gig that pays the rent and not much else. Jump ahead 5 birthdays. Same cubicle. Fancier title, maybe a $2 raise, 0 uptick in freedom. Meanwhile housing, groceries and healthcare sprint ahead of wages. Census data shows real median pay has flatlined for 3 decades, while costs balloon. That's why 63% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and half can't cover a $400 emergency. But you're not broken, you were handed a rulebook aimed at keeping you billable, not fulfilled. School drilled the mitochondria into your head but skipped interest rates, cash flow and how to say no without guilt. They told you talent rises, in reality systems rise. And most people never build one. So we're ditching the syllabus and rolling out the 5-level freedom formula. Your step-by-step escape route from stagnant to unstoppable. Level 1 stuck mode. Alarm blares, snooze, shower, commute, work, scroll, crash, repeat. Dreams don't explode here. They evaporate, one deferment at a time. Debt keeps you docile. Ads keep you consuming and the calendar quietly redraws your 20s into a blur. Want proof? U.S. consumer debt just crossed $17 trillion, and inflation secretly taxes every uninvested dollar. The longer you linger, the pricier the exit ticket. Micro mission, track every cent for 30 days, cancel one subscription you barely notice, automate a tiny transfer $3 a day, into a high-yield account. It won't make you rich, but it rewires identity. I pay myself first. Level 2, ignition mode. Now the spark hits dry tinder. You binge content like this, underline quotes, feel momentum stirring. Spoiler, resistance is next. Your circle will cringe when you skip trivia night to freelance or learn Python. Harvard research proves your income, habits, even BMI, mirror your 5 closest friends. Upgrade the room, upgrade the trajectory. Inflation is an invisible pickpocket. 3% today means your dollar loses a third of its muscle in a decade. Solution: get that dollar, a gym membership. Any broad market index fund works as a beginner barbell. $5 a day at 7%, snowballs into $50,000 in 20 years. Compounding isn't magic, it's math plus patience. By the end of ignition you've slashed obvious leaks, started micro-investing and survived the first eyebrow raises from friends. Congratulations, most people never leave level 1. But momentum without systems stalls, which is why level 3 is where the real game begins. Remember, sparks fizzle fast. Set a calendar reminder right now. Yes, pause the video, and label it 90-day audit. That future notification will punch you in the face if today's enthusiasm fades into next month's excuse pile. Live small wins, log them publicly if you have to, and watch accountability turn friction into fuel. Level 3, momentum mode. Welcome to the Builder's Gym. The mantra here is simple. Consistency beats intensity. Forget 4 a.m. motivational montages. Design processes that operate even on low battery days. Momentum balances 3 pillars: cash flow, connections, confidence. Cash flow. A single paycheck is financial Russian roulette. You need side streams, ghostwriting, reselling collectibles, virtual assisting, coding micro apps. Anything that swaps skill for dollars at a better margin than your 9 to 5. A 2023 Go Banking Rates poll found 42% of workers have less than $1,000 saved. The first fender bender can nuke their livelihood. A $500 monthly side hustle isn't pocket change, it's shock absorber, seed capital, power move. Connections. Self-made is marketing copy. Every success story hides mentors, collaborators, accountability partners. DM 5 people whose work you admire. Offer value first, ask later. Harvard's 75-year grant study ranks relationships as the #1 predictor of long-term success and happiness, bigger than IQ or childhood income. Confidence, not arrogance, evidence. Hit publish before you feel ready. Beta launch the course. Charge the client. Post the reel. Confidence grows in the doing, shrinks in the doubting. Think of every action as a vote for the future identity you're building. Cast enough votes and imposter syndrome gets outvoted. Systemize the 3 C's. Automate invoices. Schedule outreach. Block deep work hours like meetings with your future self. Momentum isn't hustle, it's gravity you create once and coast on daily. Level 4, growth mode. Cash is flowing. Network expanding, swagger calibrated, time to multiply. Growth mode is where you replace hustle income with asset income. Translation, move from playing offense every day to owning part of the playing field. First principle, assets feed you. Liabilities bleed you. Assets, rental units, index funds, dividend stocks, intellectual property drop money in your account while you nap. Liabilities, luxury cars, oversized homes, gadget sprees. Farm your future to impress people who barely notice. Consider the mundane superpower of compound growth. Invest $10 a day, yes, the fancy latte budget, into an index fund averaging 7%, 10 years 52,000, 20, 154,000, 30, 35. That's retirement level padding built off spare change most folks leak on impulse buys. Growth mode has 2 playbooks. Diversify. Spread chips across index funds, skill-based businesses, small rental units, maybe a low-maintenance e-commerce brand, lower risk, slower curve, but sturdy. Double down. Once you know one lane cold, pour gasoline on it. Writers ramp newsletters. Devs build SaaS tools. Trainers launch premium cohorts. Higher risk, but 10 dice upside. Guard against lifestyle creep. Every time income spikes, funnel a fixed percentage into acquisition, not indulgent. Dalio calls it the barbell. Keep expenses skinny, investments heavy. That's how money stops being a treadmill and starts being a conveyor belt heading upward. While stacking assets, upgrade skills, negotiation, public speaking, basic coding, compound faster than any fund. The marketplace pays exponentially for rare combos. Marketer who can crunch Python, designer who understands funnels, nurse who masters telehealth tech. Be the overlap, and rates jump. Finally, build a freedom fund. 12 months of lean expenses parked in liquid investment. That cushion flips every career decision from have to into choose to. The day your freedom fund matches a year of expenses is the day your boss's email stops raising blood pressure. You're now miles from level 1, but the summit still loom. Growth is about numbers. The next stage is about narrative, turning money into meaning. Mastery mode up next. Level 5, mastery mode. Congratulations. You've escaped paycheck roulette, built diversified income, and your calendar finally obeys you. But mastery isn't really about money at all. It's about purpose. Wealth is just dry powder for impact. Step 1. Redefine scorekeeping. Fancy toys flex for a weekend. Meaningful work echoes for decades. Ask who benefits from my surplus. Warren Buffett pledged 99% of his fortune. Oprah funnels millions into schooling girls in South Africa. Jay-Z underwrites financial literacy clinics. Different industries, same mindset. Success that stops itself is failure rerouted. Step 2. Mentorship. Remember the DMs you sent in momentum mode. Flip the script. Be the person who answers. Host monthly Zoom jams. Document processes publicly. Turn your learning curve into other people's shortcut. Legacy isn't statues, it's skill sets left behind. Step 3. Social arbitrage. Money buys time. Time buys vision. Vision rewires systems. Want to dent the universe? Build libraries. Fund scholarships. Seed clean water startups. Back artists whose voices rewrite culture. Mastery means capital becomes catalyst. But mastery has a silent enemy, a rival fallacy, the illusion that happiness pops out of an ATM once you hit a magic net worth. Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology shows well-being plateaus once basic needs and a few comforts are met. After that, fulfillment flows from contribution and growth, not consumption. So institute a personal flywheel. Learn something uncomfortable every quarter. Build a product, service, or program that helps. Share the blueprint free or cheap. Reinvest the profits into the next bigger cycle. Think of it as compound impact mirroring compound interest. Each loop scales reach, reputation and resonance. 10 years on, your greatest asset won't appear on a brokerage statement. It'll live in testimonials, spin-off businesses and people who point to you and say, "That video changed my trajectory." Now zoom out. Where are you on the formula right this second? Stuck, ignition, momentum, growth or mastery? Drop your stage. No filters in the comments. Public accountability is free leverage. Then set a 12-month outcome. Something binary and time-stamped. I'll have $10,000 invested by June 1, or I'll replace 30% of my salary with freelance income by Q4. Goals that stay fuzzy, stay fantasy. Write it, date it, screenshot this moment for future use. If this trilogy lit a fire, don't let YouTube's algorithm steal the spark. Hit subscribe, tap the bell and binge the next video queued up on screen. It's a tactical deep dive on leveling cash flow without burning weekends, because motivation starts engines, but only motion crosses finish line. You've got 760 brand new hours headed your way this year. Allocate them like gold, protect them like family and invest them like seed capital. The future version of you is already watching, wondering if you'll press play on your own potential. Your move.